Welcome to the Wellness Lab Digest, where we help you to absorb powerful, life-changing insights from top wellness experts with our daily bite-sized wellness podcast summaries. Each episode is packed with distilled, powerful takeaways to boost your health and well-being. To support this podcast, please scroll down on whatever app you're listening. Ratings and reviews are helpful. Even better, just send the show to a friend. Check out our sponsors at the bottom of the page, or simply click the Support the Show link below the episode description. Here's something that will change how you think about aging. 90% of Alzheimer's cases could potentially be prevented, and the choices we make in our 40s might determine our cognitive future.
That's a pretty bold claim. What's the science behind this?
Well, recent research has completely transformed our understanding of brain health. Two leading neurologists developed this framework called NEURO that breaks down the 5 key areas we can actually control to protect our cognitive function.
So what exactly does NEURO stand for?
Let's start with N for nutrition. The research shows that following specific dietary patterns, like the Mediterranean or MIND diet, can significantly reduce Alzheimer's risk. We're talking about lots of plant-based foods, whole grains, and those all-important omega-3 fatty acids.
I've heard about omega-3s, but where do you actually get them in your diet?
The best sources are fatty fish like salmon and sardines, but here's something interesting. You can also get them from plant sources like walnuts and flax seeds. Though there's a catch, your body needs to convert the plant-based forms, so you typically need to eat more to get the same benefit.
That's good to know about the conversion rates. What about the E in NEURO?
E stands for exercise, and this is where it gets fascinating. The research specifically highlights strength training, particularly focusing on leg muscles. When we exercise these large muscle groups, it triggers the release of BDNF, basically fertilizer for your brain cells.
That's such a surprising connection. Why specifically leg muscles?
Well, leg muscles are the largest in our body, and when we exercise them, they release specific proteins that travel through the bloodstream to the brain, helping create new neural connections. It's like a direct communication line between your legs and your cognitive function.
And what about the U? What does that represent?
U is for unwind, focusing on stress management. This is crucial because chronic stress can actually cause physical changes in your brain, particularly in the hippocampus, your memory center. Under prolonged stress, this area can literally shrink.
That explains so much about why I can't remember anything during really stressful periods.
Exactly. And here's what's really interesting. The brain has an amazing ability to recover when we manage stress effectively. Activities like meditation, deep breathing, and even specific types of exercise can help combat these effects.
So, what's the R component about?
R stands for restorative sleep, and this is where some of the most groundbreaking research comes in. During deep sleep, your brain goes through this incredible cleaning process called the glymphatic system. Think of it as your brain's nighttime maintenance crew.
How exactly does this cleaning process work?
During deep sleep, the spaces between brain cells actually expand, allowing for better circulation of cerebrospinal fluid. This fluid helps wash away toxic proteins that can build up during the day, including beta amyloid, which is strongly linked to Alzheimer's disease.
That's fascinating. I had no idea sleep was so crucial for brain health.
And finally, O is for optimized cognitive activities. This goes way beyond crossword puzzles. We're talking about complex activities that use multiple brain regions simultaneously, like learning a new language or musical instrument.
What makes these activities so effective?
They build what's called cognitive reserve. Think of it as a buffer against cognitive decline. The more diverse your mental activities, the stronger this reserve becomes. And here's the really encouraging part. You can start building this reserve at any age.
Looking at all these factors together, it seems like they're all interconnected.
That's exactly right. They work synergistically. Better sleep leads to better stress management, which makes it easier to exercise and eat well. It's like a positive feedback loop for brain health.
What would you say is the most surprising thing about all this research?
I think it's the degree to which we can influence our brain health through lifestyle choices. The fact that up to 90% of Alzheimer's cases might be preventable, that's revolutionary. It completely shifts how we think about cognitive decline and aging.
It really does change the narrative from one of inevitability to one of empowerment.
And that's perhaps the most valuable takeaway from all this research. We're not helpless in the face of cognitive decline. We have tools and strategies that can make a real difference. It's about making informed choices today that will benefit us for years to come. Thank you for listening to the Wellness Lab Digest. If you have received value from the podcast, I have 3 asks of you. 1, share the show with your friends and send them a link to the show. 2, please leave a rating and review in whatever app you're listening. And last but not least, please let me know what topics you would like us to cover in the future. You can contact me by sending me a message using the Send Us a Text link below the episode description.